Coming up next on DuckTV Sports, the Ducks take on the Huskies in football. Oregon volleyball loses a close one to Stanford on the road. And the Ducks soccer team is edged out by UCLA at home. All that and more, right now.
Hey there, Duck fans. With Chris Brooklier, I'm Sean Larson.
The second-ranked Oregon Ducks football team took on a familiar Pac-12 foe in the Washington Huskies. It was the 111th meeting between the two teams. Ducks taking on number 23 Washington on Saturday. Fans getting fired up before the game. Ducks' first possession, Marcus Mariota picked off by Shaq Thompson, but the Ducks would get the momentum back with a fumble recovery by B.J. Kelly deep in Husky territory. Next play, Black Mamba puts the Ducks on the board with a 16-yard touchdown run. Huskies quarterback Keith Price struggled to find a rhythm all night, getting picked off by Avery Patterson, and he takes it to the house for 6. Third quarter now, Ducks up 35-7 when Mariota finds Colt Ayerla for his second touchdown of the game. Byron Marshall puts the finishing touches on the win with a touchdown dive of his own, 52-21 Ducks. Mariota finished tonight, completing 15 of 24 passes for 198 yards and 4 touchdowns. Kenyon Barner ran for 122 of Oregon's 299 rushing yards in the win. We now send it to McLean Cannon for some more post-game wrap-up.
Thanks, Chris. I'm standing here at Autzen Stadium, where the Oregon Ducks just cruised to a 52-21 victory over the visiting Huskies, where they dominated on both sides of the ball. The offense looked sharp, the defense played shutdown, freshman quarterback Marcus Mariota settled down after throwing an early interception to throw 4 touchdown passes, and he looked cool and calm in the pocket. And Washington looked undisciplined, committing countless penalties and turning the ball over 4 times, which the Ducks capitalized on.
Thanks, McLean. With some more analysis on Ducks football and the rest of the Pac-12, we now send it to Nick Rockwell, Colin Deaver, and Andrew Murray for this week's edition of Around the League.
Thanks, Chris. For this week's edition of Around the League, I'm Nick Rockwell with Colin Deaver and Andrew Murray. The Ducks looked impressive with the 52-21 win over the Huskies this week. What stood out to you guys most?
To me, it had to be how abysmal Keith Price looked. He threw behind his receivers the entire time. He threw that early pick 6 that just completely overwhelmed their entire offense, and he looked way below average.
Yeah, for me, it's the quarterback on the other side of the ball for Oregon, Marcus Mariota. Shook off an interception on Oregon's first drive of the ball game to throw 4 touchdowns, including 198 yards. 2 of those touchdowns went to Colt Ayerla, who looks like they're really developing some chemistry on the field.
The Ducks, obviously, without a doubt, #1 team in the Pac-12 Conference. Who do you guys think is the second best team this year?
Well, for me, it's the Beavers up the road in Corvallis, 4-0 after Saturday's victory over Washington State. They've got playmakers on both sides of the ball, and I think they're going to give the Ducks a lot of trouble in the Civil War.
To me, it looks like it's going to be Stanford once again, just like last year, although Josh Nunez is no Andrew Luck by any standard. But their defense is very opportunistic. They get it done when they need to. They got a crucial picks yesterday in the overtime win over Arizona, and I think they can really challenge the Ducks.
Well, both teams coming up on the Ducks schedule, both great teams, and should be a battle for the Ducks. For Around the League, that's it. Back to you guys in the studio.
The 7th-ranked Stanford women beat the 2nd-ranked Oregon volleyball team last Friday in 5 sets in Palo Alto as the 14-1 Ducks suffered their first loss of the year. Oregon won 2 of the first 3 sets, but Stanford clinched the win by taking the last 2. Oregon was up 4 points in the last set, but Stanford went on an 8-3 run, fueled by junior middle blocker Carly Wopat, who finished with 5 kills. Elena Bergsma and Liz Brenner led the Ducks with 19 kills each. Oregon will take on the Washington State Cougars next Friday at Matthew Knight Arena. We now pass it off to McLean Cannon and Joey McMurray for more on Ducks volleyball.
Thanks, guys. So, Joey, we know Ducks football's good, but now the volleyball team has emerged as a national powerhouse. Now, I know they're coming off the loss to Stanford, but going into that match, they were ranked 2nd in the country, and they're coming off the longest winning streak in the program's history. Now, what do you think this team's strength is?
I think the strength has to be Lauren Plum. She's the best setter in the country, in my opinion, averaging 12.93 assists per set. That's the best in the country. She's got the Ducks hitting .307. So I think the setter, that's where the offense starts in volleyball. Lauren Plum's the best, and that's why the Ducks are good.
Okay, well, I would agree that she's essential to their success, but you can't have this conversation without mentioning the firepower they have up front. In the outside hitter position, not only Elena Bergsma and Liz Brenner, both dynamic scorers, so athletic, so powerful, #1 and #2 in kills on the team, but Kat Fisher, slightly undersized, but she's no slouch either.
She gets the job done, as well as Ariana Williams. Can't forget about her in the middle, hitting .444 on the year. When she hits the ball, it almost always is a kill.
True. She's so important to the Ducks on offense as well. Now,
Either way, it's going to be fun. They're taking on the Washington Schools next week, and I'm looking forward to it.
Me too.
Thanks, guys. Back to you.
The Oregon women's soccer team fell 1-0 to UCLA on Friday night at the new Pape Field. The Ducks defense hung tough with the number 3 ranked Bruins, surrendering just 1 goal. The lone score of the game came in the 24th minute off the foot of UCLA's Taylor Smith. The Ducks are coming off 2 close losses against top 10 opponents. We now send it to DuckTV's AJ Palazzolo with more on the game.
Here at Pape Field, after a hard-fought battle between the UCLA Bruins and the Oregon Ducks, the Bruins come out on top 1-0 after an early goal by Taylor Smith. The Ducks, however, still left the field with their heads held high because there's a good vibe in the locker room because they've played very close with some highly ranked teams the last couple weeks.
I think our defense is doing fantastic. You know, they really are containing, giving up very few dangerous chances. Abby's been great in goal. We have to score goals.
I think we tackled hard, we fought hard, we played with them, we possessed the ball. They didn't dominate us, and I think that last 15 minutes is we put 90 minutes of that together. We come out with a win here, we come out with a win against anybody, really.
A little, you're a little taken back with all the great players that they have up top, but you just have to organize your team just every moment of the game. And I thought we did really well. Just organizing, stepping hard, getting in hard. LT, the other center back, I thought she did a great job. And I mean, what can you do? You got to contain them. Just got to stay confident. We're almost there.
The Ducks will look to get back on track on Friday at Utah.
Well, that's all we've got for you this week. Remember to tune in next time and follow us on Twitter at DuckTV Sports. With Sean Larson, I'm Chris Bricklear. Have a good night.